All right, I went to Coachella, came home, washed my hair. I was so tired that I just let it air dry. As you can see, the extensions like blended in pretty well, have a nice texture to them. I decided to braid them and it gave it like this little wave pattern. Just kind of wanted to show the flexibility of if you have the time to style the extensions, you might get a sleeker look. And if you don't have time to style them, how you can let them air dry and then go back and style them. Flexibility. First things first, you really want to get a good brush. I cannot stress enough that to my clients that brushing your extensions at the root will really extend the life of the extensions, prevent them from getting like tangled and twisted. But also, for some reason, I really notice when I remove the extensions that my clients that have been brushing them, they come out a lot easier. Really crazy. I think it has to do with the knotting. The more knotting there is at the base of the extension, the harder it is for me to get it untangled. Okay, so I'm using the Amika flat iron brush just to get like a nice smooth and kind of tame the hair. We got a little kink there. That's my natural hair. Give it a little extra love. So I'm just gonna go through all the hair, give it a nice smooth. I'm gonna use heat protecting spray. There's two that I like. I love this Redken Iron Shape. That one has a bit more memory. And I also love a Milbon one, which has less memory, but more of like a sleekening. It just makes it really soft. So it depends on what you're looking to get. Don't forget, I just did brush each section before attempting to run your flat iron brush through it. Why I like a flat iron brush versus a real flat iron is because a real flat iron is like two hot plates simmering your hair. And you have to be a lot more precise with it. So I find them to be a little bit more damaging, where I don't typically love my hair like straight. I always typically will go in with a flat iron anyways. So it kind of gives it more of like a softer smooth, primes it for a curl, and I believe is less damaging. I also want you to notice that I'm not getting too close to where the bonds are. When the bonds are grown out, you have to be even more careful, especially when curling, to not grab or press the heat on it. Because let me tell you, I've had clients' hair who was styled by makeup artists and they melted their bonds, and it's not chill. I mean, you pretty much have to remove the extensions after that. So be very careful to not squash your bonds. Okay, I'm gonna continue about. Notice how I'm smoothing up and over, kind of maintaining a softer root. If I was to go like this, it would look too like, meh. So just keeping some volume and natural softness at the root. The slower you go down the hair, the less amount of times you'll have to use the brush. So I went slower and I went down the hair 2 times. Now let's see what faster gets me. Okay, here's faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and still not super smooth. Now watch this. 1 time slow. Much better. Especially the thicker of the section that you take. Now, I tend to always forget about back here because I can't see it. Okay. Rather than trying to go this way, I like to go forward. So now we've got a nice smooth. Let's go in with the curl. I already have my heat protection on there, so that won't be necessary. And with my curls, I like to move from up to down. This curling iron is I think it's a 1.5. Let me look in a second. Tap, tap. Feels warm. It's this size. I don't know. Never been great at that. Okay. Always brush. You can give it a run through to kind of prep the hair and it glide through the iron more. You're gonna wait till you feel the heat. Through and through. No, just through the hair. Notice the tension. Notice how I left them in their curls. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna redo that. Let's redo this piece. Smaller pieces can be faster. A little too curly, so I'm gonna pull on it. Okay. Once in a while, I'll curl forward instead of back. All right, we're gonna let it cool, and then today I feel like I could use some oil. Let me grab that. Right now I've been fucking with this Kerastase oil hard. Okay. Notice how I'm not like roughing it up. I'm just kind of really hitting the surface. Staying away from the root and the bonds. And now we wait for it to cool. All right, now just shake it out. Pretty good, right? What do you think? Quite the difference, huh? So besides having so much fun with having long, thicker hair, loving discovering all the versatility of styling with them, because I know the thought of having extensions, I mean, at least for me, and having this much hair was like overwhelming. Like, oh my God, am I always gonna have to style it? And the answer is no, because like, although you saw the worst version of it I had just gotten from the gym, like sometimes braiding it and having it messy is fun. And then if I want a sleeker look, it's easy to change over to that. So hopefully you gathered some tips or desires for living your best long-haired life.